Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome. This reading I'm doing a little bit differently. We're going to be asking, what is unexpected? Let's open to look into the unexpected, what you don't see coming, basically. This could be anything. I haven't even drawn oracle cards for this reading today. I want to keep it open. I will draw whatever oracle cards I feel called to. And we have 3 piles, which are just tarot decks. So there was a lot to choose from. Energetically, there is a lot that you can focus on. Each of these decks has a specific crystal with it, and these are actually the crystals that sit upon these desks on my table 100% of the time. I don't take these off unless I'm actually using the cards for a reading. So I'll go through those in a moment as a bit of a general energy roundup information. I'm filming this at the time of the full moon in the very end of September 2023. So this is the full moon in Aries. It's in Libra season, but it is the full moon in Aries. So this unexpected could be at any point in your life. I'm doing it at the time of the full moon just because I know the way my energy works and I know what I'm feeling, and this is the reading that I feel called to read for. So whatever time you're finding this, take this as a sign. This doesn't have to be watched at the time of the full moon. It is a timeless reading, so watch it whenever you feel called. As a reminder, it is a general reading. There is multiple messages in here. You might feel called to different piles for different reasons, for different messages. There could be a message for you in each of the piles. So do not argue with yourself if you feel called that way, but also if something doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel aligned for you, or if you just don't like it and you don't want it, you don't have to take it. By all means, use your own free will, because this is our most powerful tool. So take as long as you need. Take a deep breath, calm and tune into this energy, and let's go through these piles, and then you can choose whichever one, multiple ones if you feel called, and the timestamps will be in the description box below. So for pile number 1, we have the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot, and we have this beautiful angel hair rutilated quartz. I don't think you can see that very well. It has these incredible gold inclusions. It's not coming up. It's looking very blurred. Apologies. But it's beautiful. So for pile number 2, we have the Smoke, Ash and Embers deck. These are from 3 Trees Tarot, I believe, and the images on the artwork are just beautiful. They're so beautiful. It's all dragons. And we have the Rose Quartz Heart. And then we have my my Radiant Rider-Waite deck, which is one of my very first tarot decks. It is a slightly smaller deck, but do not be deceived. This is one of my personal favorites to read for with. I really wanted to use the Unicorn deck as the 3rd deck, if I'm honest with you. But alas, I was thoroughly overruled and we had to have this one. So that is what we're working with. 3 paths to choose from. Take as long as you need to tune in, connect, to feel what feels right for you. Ask a specific question if you wish to, or feel guided to a particular area of your life if you wish to. However, as this is expect the unexpected and looking into the unexpected, go with your gut. Go with your own intuition. Timestamps are below, and I will see you in your readings. Okay, pile number 1. Let's have at it. You were drawn to this deck today. Got a quartz. Let's shuffle. What does pile number 1 need to know, please, to expect the unexpected? What do they not see coming? I'm getting a wish. A wish, a wish, a wish. Can I get a few more before I start reeling off messages? Okay, so for some of you, there has been this ongoing project, this long-term project, something that you're working on, something that you have been doing. It's taken a long time. For some of you, this could be a house renovation. For others of you, it's just something that you've been working on building. This could be your own confidence. Although that's maybe for one or two of you, this feels like something you've been physically doing, something you've physically been investing energy into. With this Ace of Swords in the reverse, I think this is just saying to you at the minute, you do not see where this is going to take you yet, but it's going to lead you to something unexpected. It definitely could be a project at work. You've got some sort of unexpected opportunity that is waiting you. And it's come off the back of something that you've really invested time and energy into. And I'm really getting from, intuitively that you have not seen this happening yet. This is going to come as a surprise. This is not something that is seen at this present moment in time, but there is some kind of new opportunity. And you could feel, actually, for some of you, you could be in a bit of a negative mental headspace right now. I don't mean that with any kind of judgment, worry, disrespect, anything like that. You could have been passed up for an opportunity. Again, this will just be for some of you. You might have missed out on an opportunity, been passed up for an opportunity, and you could be absolutely spitting right now because you feel like you've put in so much work, so much time, you've invested so much. I'm getting for some of you, this could be a relationship. And what you don't see coming is the better thing that is headed on its way to you. You know, with the Three of Wands here, we've got him looking out at the ships, and everybody says, oh, he's waiting for his ships to come in. Yeah, but he's also watching ships sailing away, and there is things leaving. Things will come in, things will leave. At a port, things come and go. Things arrive and things depart. Now, what I'm getting is that one departure brings in something new into your life. And he's holding this wand here, so I feel like this is something actually you're really going to like. I'm going to take a look just because it's spun around. Yeah, there could be this feeling of conflict. Let's... Okay, Hermit in the reverse. What else? Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Don't get worried about the reversals. And the High Priestess. Okay. You could definitely be manifesting something that you haven't seen yet. And what you're being... I'm getting a few different messages here. You could be manifesting an opportunity, something that you don't see at this present moment in time. Something that you haven't seen the results of yet, and you could be in the space of doubt. Now, this could be... You might not necessarily be consciously manifesting this. You know, you might not be doing manifesting techniques, but there is something that you're hoping for, wishing for, you've been working towards, building towards. And again, like I said, for some of you, it could be a job that you've applied for. Maybe you've put forward a project for appraisal. Maybe there is something that you've turned in, applied for, or it could be a relationship that you've been spending a lot of time investing into. Either way, when we focus on something that much, naturally we're going to manifest situations, circumstances around this situation. Now, what I'm getting here is, with the Five of Swords in the reverse on the bottom of the deck and the High Priestess, you're being very strongly told to trust your intuition. Trust your intuition about what feels right, about what feels weird, about what feels, deceptive. But also, I'm guessing that some of you might not be trusting this intuition. And all of a sudden, something is going to snap and just drop in. Something is going to appear in front of you. And for some of you, I'll be honest, I'm going to be completely honest here. if you keep persistently saying, I don't want to do this, I'm not going to do this, this isn't, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. It's like saying, I do not want to see that person. They're the last person on earth I want to see. I do not want to see that person. And then who should appear? It's because of all our conscious mental energy is going on to this person, this person, this person. And thus they appear. It's a weird way manifestation works. But it's not so weird as in weird. It's, you know, how the weird works, which is the origin of the word weird. Weird spelled W-Y-R-D. Some of you might not have been wanting to look within yourself for some answers of some kind. Maybe you just haven't wanted to look or deal with a situation. I'm actually getting this feeling of being a bit hopeless, a bit fed up. Excuse me, I just need a sip of water. You could be feeling a bit fed up and just like, well, this is never going to happen, is it? When is this ever going to happen? When is this going to come to pass? When is this going to come to be? And you don't see it, but it's on its way. And this really does feel like a long-term thing that you've been working on. That you've been thinking about focusing on. This is a much longer term project, relationship, whatever it is. Excuse me if you can hear the hamster. And you're really in this place of self-doubt. There is just a lot of doubt here. I'm just seeing what I can clarify with. I want me to clarify with these. Interesting. We've got the Viking Oracle. I almost chose Oracle decks to go with the tarot decks, so you just had 2 for each pile selection, but that didn't feel right. Just because I like to read multiple oracles. But this is the one that was very strongly calling to me to be paired with you. Why do I feel like Loki's going to come out? Let's see. I don't see that as a bad thing either. I should just clarify that. We've got Valkyries and Freya. Okay, even better. How beautiful is that? 2 incredible cards here. A very, very, very strong feminine warrior goddess energy. Honestly, the unexpected I'm getting from this is you could have been focusing on working away at something for a long time, investing in something, whether this is a manifestation, whether it's something in your practical life, whether it was a relationship or something that you have been consciously putting energy, time, effort and resources into. And for some reason, you're in this place of doubt of thinking, well, this isn't working out. This isn't going to happen. It's not going to come to be. What's going on here? This isn't happening. And then what we have is this complete unexpected turn of events that brings you an opportunity. And you're just going to be like, what? And this opportunity could involve travel. But what it feels more like is in this moment where it feels almost like all is lost, or you stood there and you're watching these ships sail away and you're just thinking, it's never going to be my time, is it? And you just think maybe you give up. Maybe for some of you, there is this actual moment of giving up and surrender. And it's in that moment where the universe goes, oh, they've stopped paying attention now. Let's let them have it. And it's not to say that we can use that as a strategy because, you know, that doesn't really work. But physically, consciously letting go is a thing. It's a very powerful thing. When we decide to release our energy from a particular focus, that is where we allow for it to come into our lives. And with the Valkyries here in Freya, it feels like something... I'm just getting the feeling that afterwards you're going to be like, yeah, I'm a total badass. Look what I just achieved. Look what happened. I knew I could do this. I knew I could have this. And there was all the self-doubt, and all of that's going to disappear. All of it. And what I'm getting here is, and this feels very, very important now. I appreciate completely different symbology, completely different, roots of theology. We have this sun disk headdress on the high priestess's head, and denote this turquoise blue color. Then on Valkyries and Freya, we have these winged headdresses, again with a lot of turquoise blue. Now, turquoise blue, I would associate most of all with the throat chakra. However, with the headdress being that, I feel like there is some kind of communication, higher self, crown communication, or more importantly, what aligns with the rest of the reading is the sort of energetic communication, that connection to source, that energetic frequency that you're emitting and you're putting out there. So what I'm getting from this is there is definitely this realization that actually you can do and achieve these things. And again, for some of you, this could be a very conscious manifestation that all of a sudden at the 11th hour, you feel like all hope is lost, and then it drops in and you're just like, what? Where did that come from? I wasn't expecting that. But all the time you've been focusing on this. You've been working on this. You've been intending for this. And here it comes, quite unexpectedly. And what it is for each of you will be quite specific. But there is this big feeling of you are not, it's when you are least expecting it. And for some, to be more specific for you, if you want some specific scenarios, because they're coming through, so this may speak to people that are listening. Scenario number one is that you've applied for something, or you've put yourself forward for something, whether that was a promotion or a specific project. Maybe you've submitted something for an appraisal, and that maybe was rejected. Maybe it wasn't good news. But what you don't see coming is something better coming in. It's a better opportunity, a better job, a better, I don't know, but there was whatever it was that you went for, you didn't get. And then something out of the blue comes through and it's better. For others of you, I'm sorry, I'm just being called to the threes, and I was just like, how many more threes are there? I don't know. I think it's just those two, but three could be relevant. For others of you, this could be maybe if you're dating, maybe you feel like you're the chronic overinvestor, and there's a part of you that just randomly goes, do you know what? Or if you've been single for a long time, you're just like, oh, do you know what? Nothing's going to change unless I put myself out there. So we've got this hermit energy in the reverse that's like, let's go. Let's just go do, let's go somewhere new. And you go and you meet somebody. But it feels like this is after somebody lets you down or walks out of your life or suddenly just goes. There's this unexpected thing in relationships, and it could be for longer term relationships as well, where, and this doesn't have to just be romantic, you could have spent a long time with somebody putting energy into something. It could be a colleague, a business partner, and then all of a sudden you're just like, this is not working for me, and you take a break from it. You just literally walk away, and then all of a sudden new opportunity comes in, or you're just creating space for something new, and it's going to be quite a pleasant surprise. And you don't see this. I really feel like you don't see this opportunity. It's like it's not even, you're not feeling lucky right now. Pile number one, if that makes any sense to you at all. It's this energy of just this feeling like nothing is going my way, and then out of nowhere, the thing you wanted, the way you wanted it, and afterwards you just feel absolutely like, yeah. Badass. Spiritual badass. Let's get a Moonology card for you. This is going to be an interesting reading. Show the world the real you. I like this. And this feels like that, this is the full moon in Aquarius. this is like that time, maybe you've felt like you've had to play by a certain amount of rules for a very long time, like that was what was expected of you. Maybe it felt like that was what was expected of you this whole time. Oh, I have to do this way. I have to go this way in order to make this thing happen. And the unexpected thing is, out of nowhere, this sudden rush of energy or opportunity to express or do something that's a bit different. And wow, all of a sudden, this whole new level of self-expression of feeling more in your own skin than you've ever felt. You know, and Aquarius connects to the star. So this definitely feels like something fated, a fated sequence of events that really adds to your self-belief, and not just, you know, self-confidence, but confidence in your ability to manifest, to create change within your world. But yeah, you're just going to feel really, really empowered spiritually as well. Um, which feels like a good thing for you, pile number one. All right, I'm going to leave this reading here, but just as a reminder, personal readings are available. If you've taken the time to watch to the end, then I really appreciate you. Thank you. If you enjoyed this reading, feel free to like. It really does help me to grow this channel and get these messages out to more people. And if you didn't, then absolutely okay as well. But thank you for being here. I truly appreciate your time. All of my official information is in the description box below. And just sending you all my love and gratitude for being here. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello there, pile number two. If you were called to the Smoke, Ash and Embers deck, then this is your reading. You were also called to the Rose Quartz Heart today. I really love this card and this deck because it has such a beautiful, loving energy. There is nothing not to love about this. It's just filled with love, from the way it's been created to the artwork. And you know, I've never talked about this deck in this way, so maybe there is a message in there for you. There is like a poetry in the creation and the way in which you do things that is so uniquely you, pile number two. And it feels, honestly, maybe like you're finally being appreciated for something it is that you do. I hope so. That's a beautiful blessing for anybody. Okay. What don't you see coming? Let's get the unexpected. There's a lot there. We've got the Hierophant, the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, and the Star. Ooh. Let's get some more. Hangman. Some big energies here. I'm going to take the Ace of Wands in the reverse because it's flipped out that way. No, it won't let me read reversals with this deck at all. I'm like, I'll read it in reverse. No, it literally won't allow me. That's what I mean. Everything about this deck is just love. That's my perception of it through what I feel through it. Obviously, the symbology, some of them are really intense. But again, it's all meant with love. Okay, I'm going to take them all. Let's shift these up. Why do I feel like there's like a dual timeline of events here? Why do I feel like you've got two different options about what it is you want to do to move forwards? Okay. Pile number two. Well, first things first, and then I want me to get the bottom of the deck as well. Death. Transformation, changes, new. New that comes from transition. Okay. I feel like you have been through this phase where you have been stuck, committed to something that doesn't work for you. Now, this doesn't have to be a relationship, but for many of you, it definitely could be a relationship that's feeling a bit stuck and constricted. For others of you, this feels very much like your own, you in your own energy, in your own life. You're like, okay, well, what's coming next? Where am I supposed to be going? You know, in this sea full of stars, which one am I supposed to be focused on? Where am I going? Pulling, feeling towards that true north. What I don't think you see coming is a chance meeting with somebody. And this could be somebody that comes forward. I'm really getting this strongly from this King of Cups here. It feels like a conversation. It feels like some sort of, for some of you, it could be somebody from your past that suddenly reappears, an older male. If it's somebody that you know, it feels like an older male that's going to come forwards. This could just be for one of you, but it's coming through clear as day. Comes forward and has some kind of message for you. And this is a message that explains something from your past, something that was never explained to you properly. And then all of a sudden, things begin to make sense, things begin to click. And I feel like the level of emotional release and healing and transformation that occurs through this realization. Oh my gosh, sorry. I literally just tried to breathe in and felt like I was going to suffocate. It feels like you're going to be able to say all the things you've never been able to say. You might never have felt safe to say them or express them, and then all of a sudden you realize whatever this was, it wasn't on you, or it wasn't you. There is a major shift in perspective here. And this doesn't have to be from an older male. I really feel like that was a message from just one person, and that feels very specific, because in that situation it feels like some family truths coming to light. And it could be about a father that walked away. Maybe it is the father that's walked away coming back, and he's coming back with an explanation, and there's a side of the story that you didn't know or understand, and actually this gives you some sort of clarity or closure in order to move on. Or it could be, but they're definitely on a more general level be a story, some kind of information that is coming to light. But it's not just information that you read. There is a strong and deep emotional connection to this information coming to light, and what it reveals is this major shift in perspective. And all of a sudden there is this huge growth phase. This is going to launch you. For some, it could launch you into researching your family tree. For some, it's going to maybe make you realize that there is something more. I'm stuttering on it's like more. There's more. There is a big change. There is a major change coming in your life, but it feels really, really positive. And these yellow flowers, you know, we've got the yellow flowers on the Hangman, on the Ten of Swords, and on the Death card. There is this connection to these yellow flowers. So this could be springtime. There are more yellow flowers on the Four of Swords. So this feels more like present energy, and these yellow flowers are shrouded in darkness. Okay. There is a sense here of being grateful. I feel like you are going to be grateful for whatever it is that comes to light. There is truth coming forth, which is revelatory for you, pile number 2. And this as well, I will say this could be some inner truth that's coming forth. I do feel strongly like an external person to you. It's an external energy to you catalyzes this realization, and then the process of transformation is yours. But you are really letting go of an old story. Something is ending. There is an old story ending. And this truth, though that there are parts of this truth that might be painful, I am getting mixed emotions. Ultimately, This feels like it's for your best. And you know this, there is such new life that comes from this. This Ace of Wands develops all the way into this King of Wands. And whatever it was in the beginnings here that you thought you were never going to be able to overcome, you were never going to be able to get over it. For some of you, that's another message. It could have been a betrayal that you never thought you were going to overcome or get over. And again, this could go far back into the past. It doesn't have to be recent. It's just something that's hung over you. Well, all of a sudden, you were going to have this kind of a key unlocking moment. And in that unlocking, it's like you breathe. And then there is this opportunity for celebration, for personal celebration. For some of you, this may be a gathering, a coming together of people. But it is truly, this is going to go down as one of those chapters in your life, pile number 2. This is going to be written down as one of those pivotal moments of, wow, that was the moment it all changed. That was the tipping point. That was the point at which this all made sense. And I just get this really deep exhale of like letting it all go, letting the weight off your shoulders, like it's no longer controlling or defining or weighing on you. All these unanswered questions, whether you're answering them internally or through somebody else, something is clicking. Something is coming to light and making sense. And it's leading to major transformation. And you're going to be committed to this, whatever it is. If this means that you then have to go and maybe somebody says something, maybe somebody makes a joke about something, maybe somebody that knew your family for a long time or something, and they joke about something and you're like, what? But I am really getting these themes here with the Hierophant of, no, I'm committed to this now. Maybe somebody doubts you. For some of you, this could be, and I know this is a complete side subject, but for some of you, it could be like a weight loss journey or something. And you've had somebody all the time on your back telling you, no, you can't do that. You're never going to do that. Maybe you have a specific goal related to fitness or health. Maybe it's a particular mountain you wanted to climb or a marathon you wanted to run. And again, it doesn't have to be so grandiose, within your life, your Everest, whatever it is. And somebody tried to pull you down. And this just seems to fan your flames. It almost feels like it's going to light a fire underneath you. But it's a fire that then is willing to burn the bridges between you and them because you're not going to deal with that energy anymore. You don't need to be pulled down anymore. This is the time you're going to fly. You're going to realize for some of you, you're going to realize how harsh you've been on yourself. And then you give yourself this freedom to live, this freedom to live a new life, to achieve this goal. For some of you, it's going to be researching and connecting with new people, maybe new family members, extended, it could be long lost family for some of you. That was connected to this family message I was getting from this King of Cups. And this person's well-meaning, so there is a theme here, or like, don't shoot the messenger. This could be a shock, but remember, this person, if they've come forward to you with truth, even if it's been a long time, it's because it was hard for them as well, and they've come forward. That's the energy that's coming through. That won't be for all of you, but whoever that's for, take that breath before you respond if you need it. There is a lot of major transformation here. But it culminates in a brand new cycle, in the ending of an old cycle and this rebirth. And it's a rebirth into you, a rebirth into new energy where you are becoming this King of Wands. And whatever it is that you start at the beginning, of this transformation, this realization, this new cycle, this end of a cycle, whatever it is that you're beginning, then you're going to be committed to, you're going to see it through, and you're going to see it through all the way until it reaches, I don't want to say its peak, because you can keep reaching new levels with certain things in life. I don't want to put limitations on you, but you are going to get to the point where it's like, I know how to do this now. And I know not only how to do this once, but I know I can do this again in different aspects and areas of my life. So whatever this is a very, very notable chapter in your life, pile number 2. Definitely one you're going to remember, and one you're going to thrive through. Thrive. Wowzers. I love this energy. You guys are awesome. I'm feeling called to the Gods and Titans deck. I don't know why. As I said to pile number 1, I felt very drawn to select oracle card decks to go with the tarot card deck. So you just have one of each for each reading. But I wanted to leave it open so I could read other cards as well. That was quick. Okay. Prometheus, altruism. Okay. And Thor, action. Okay. So whatever's going on here, you feel like whatever it is that you were doing, you feel called to do something. Now, this could be something that feels counterintuitive to the people outside of you, around you. But you know deep down, there is a higher motivation for this change, for this purpose that you were finding. You want to go out, you want to do something, and there is a reason beyond you. You know, altruism is about helping the greatest number of people that we can without expecting anything in return necessarily. What I'm reading from this card is that no matter what has happened, I mean, some truths, some realizations, it's like shaking off these old shackles and breaking into something brand new. And in this newness, you are going to help other people. You are going to help those around you. And again, I'm just called back to the messages, the energy of love from this deck, from the rose quartz heart that sits upon it all the time. It feels like even when your heart has been broken, you've been able to give love to other people. Pile number 2. That is a beautiful quality. It can also be a very depleting quality, but I really feel whatever this is, you are really opening up to love again. Maybe there is more to love, but also sharing that love and feeling loved in return. And with Thor, action, definitely, it could be calling you to go and do some new things, to take back your power, to reclaim your sense of self, to reclaim your identity, to go after those goals, to achieve the things that maybe somebody said you couldn't do or wouldn't ever be able to do. I don't like to say it because these energies are different. That desire to prove somebody wrong. But you know what? Sometimes that's an excellent motivator. I don't think that's your highest reason for it. But what could start out as, I'm going to go show them, I'm going to show them I can do this and that they were wrong, actually evolves into something far greater than you even anticipated. Because whatever it is that you're claiming back and working on, you were then able to use to help and inspire other people. And you might be doing this without even realizing. If you're documenting your journey in some way, sharing videos, pictures, whatever it is, you could be inspiring people without even realizing. But at the core of it all is the love that you give out to others just by being yourself. And that is enough, pile 2. Like, truly, that is a really beautiful quality. It's such a beautiful energy that I'm feeling. Let's get a Moonology card. We got 2. You got 2. 2 for pile 2. 3. Half. The answers you need are coming. They really are. You are not going to... It's going to be unexpected. And, you know, this is full moon in Gemini. I don't think it's expected. I don't think you were looking for it. I think there is probably, for some of you, this kind of feeling or this inkling about something that you just had this kind of sixth sense about, and then all of a sudden the truth is revealed and it makes sense. Your hard work is paying off. Absolutely, you are committing to something. You're investing in something. You don't see it come right now. The unexpected for you is the perspective shift from a conversation, from a realization that this is a whole new chapter in your life. And show the world the real you. Wow, that came out for pile number 1, and I shuffled these cards. You are absolutely leveling up, pile 2. Absolutely leveling up. I don't think anyone is expecting this. The unexpected is that no one is expecting you to do this. Maybe there are people that don't believe you can do this. But deep down, somewhere inside you with this star, you know that you can, whatever this is in your life. And you were going to go and you were going to get it. So keep going. I'll leave it here. If you stayed to the end and you enjoyed this reading, thank you so much. If you'd enjoyed the video and you'd like to like it, then feel free. As a reminder, this is a collective reading. Personal readings are available, and all of my information is in the description box below. Thank you for being here. Just sending you all my love, pile 2. I'm excited. Please come back and tell me about this new chapter in your life, because it feels incredible, and I truly felt so much love in this pile. Love for self, love for humanity, love for everything that you were going to do. You're going to go show them, and I can't wait to see it. Oh, I love it. Right, okay, I'm going to go. I will see you in the next one. Lots of love. Bye-bye. Okay, pile number 3. What is going on with you? We needed some smoke. Needed some sage. Needed to clear the energy. Why do I feel like you are dealing with a difficult person, pile 3? I don't know. I could be wrong. Just got this feeling. Now, this deck was quite adamant that it needed to be used today. I don't use this for all readings. It's one of my favourite to read for myself. It's pretty no nonsense. So, it's a smaller size deck. I only read it, I only shuffle it in the upright, but these cards will flip and fly all over the place. And if they reverse, I will take them. So, what don't you see coming, pile 3? Expect the unexpected, and let's see what's coming through. I feel like I'm waiting for him to come out, if I'm honest with you. Interesting. Interesting. You've got some very similar cards to pile 1. Now, if you were called to pile number 1, I would definitely say you might be feeling guided to go check that out. But the 3 of Pentacles and the 3 of Wands, yeah, and the High Priestess. What do we got here? There he is. Knew he was coming. Quite an invited But because he's there in the energy field, and I keep saying he, it doesn't have to be a he, it could be any type of energy presence in your life that has been like a thorn in your paw. If I'm honest, pile number 3, this feels very, very specific, although I am getting lots of different energies. I feel like there has been a persistent source of irritation in your life. Somebody that thankfully I can see you are going to try quite triumphantly overcome and leave behind. Now, this could be a boss. Definitely doesn't just have to be in a relationship. It could most definitely be related to work. But there is a lot of people here. There are a lot of people watching, and actually there is a lot of people turning a blind eye. Like, okay, take this or leave it. This is quite specific. We've got this structure here. We've got this, maybe a business, maybe it's a school for some of you. This could just be a bully-like energy in your life. And everybody, even the people in power, are turning their backs on this. Even the people that you really thought would step up and do something about it. Like, we've got the 3 of Wands, the 6 of Wands. These dudes have got their back to this guy completely. Like, people, and the 6 of Wands, people just seem, you were just looking at this and thinking, okay, this actually could be a cause, something you really care about. And you were, what the energy that I'm getting, pile 3, is that you're looking at this and being like, is this for real? Is this for real? Is everybody really turning their back on this? Like, all these guys have their backs on this. Everybody has their back. Other than these few people that are so far in this energy's pocket and being family friendly, that they will do anything he says, and everybody else is like, we just don't say anything. Just, it's not my business. It's not my place to say anything. Other than you, who's like this high priestess that's like, what? No, in fact, she's just like silence. Everybody's silent and turning their back on this. And what I feel for you, pile number 3, is that for some of you, this is just like, do you know what? I am not putting up with this anymore. I'm going to be the one that walks away. Because what I see here is, despite all of these figures having turned their backs on this, there are multiple different paths. And it feels like you could have been in a situation where everybody was kind of focused on themselves. And you've just been trying to find yourself in the midst of all of this. And for some of you, you could feel like there is some sort of unique perspective that you have to share, would like to share, are open to sharing about this person's situation, cause, whatever it is that everybody else seems to be ignoring. Maybe you feel like you have something to say, a message to share. Maybe it is an injustice or an unfairness in a situation, and you are like, no, I'm going to be the person that's going to take some action. And this isn't an action of fighting or confrontation. We have none of those cards here. We have this energy of moving away, a literal turning of the back on this guy. Like, there is, we have the Fool and the King of Wands. The Fool is literally holding a wand. He's got all his hopes and dreams in the bag upon the end of it. He doesn't know necessarily where this journey is going to take him, but he knows where he could end up, and he knows where he wants to end up. We have the Page of Wands. Again, we've got this maturation, working through this process. I feel for you, pile number 3, you are deciding to walk away from something that has been an incredibly toxic influence in your life. You can no longer tolerate it. You can no longer tolerate to be around the people connected to this. So this could be a thing as opposed to a person. Maybe it's people doing it. Maybe it's a certain app. Maybe it's social media. Maybe it's a certain group of friends, you know, or a place they hang out, or a thing that they all do. Maybe it's, you know, drinking heavily every weekend. Whatever it is, you're deciding enough's enough. This is not for me. You have decided you are going to go on a brand new journey, a brand new life-changing journey. You've got the, you know, we've actually got like this deceased king underneath the death here, and I really don't feel like this is literal, you know, deceasedness. It's not literal death. Something's changing. This is you deciding something is no longer going to have power or dominion over you. You are going to be sovereign, and you decide to walk away from it and to invest your energy back into you. And these decisions that you make, you might do them in silence. With this high priestess, you might decide that you're just going to go away and you're going to focus on this and do this. And I can tell you what you don't see. There's a few unexpected things here. First of all, you could have felt like this for a very long time, and I'm really getting strong Scorpio energy. That this feeling has been rising within you for such a long time. It's not unexpected that you feel this way, but it's unexpected to everybody else what you decide to do. And you deciding to walk away, to move on from this, no longer putting up with this, is a shock to everybody else. And they're like, what? Kudos to you for making a difficult decision, pile 3, if that's what you've done or what you're doing. Because you've been inspired. You've been inspired to move towards something that involves more growth. It might involve more work, yes. But I want to tell you the other unexpected thing is that you are catching the eye of somebody higher up, and you're not expecting this at all. So your moves, you've been quietly moving away from things, moving towards things that feel more aligned. And I don't actually feel like you've got to, you know, in this full kind of energy, you might not have a specific destination in mind. You just got to the point where it was like, I can't deal with this anymore. I don't want to be around this anymore. And you didn't necessarily have a specific place you wanted to go. You were following the spark of inspiration, of a call that there's got to be something more than this. And I can tell you that this energy develops, and actually this begins a pattern of your own work, where when something like this, an energy that reminds you of this, whatever it may be, arises in your life, you now know that you have the skills to move away from it. And each time you do it, you're moving forwards and more towards what feels right for you. You are going to have gifts, awareness. You are going to actually physically receive some gifts of abundance here, because your energy is no longer entangled with this toxicity, with these people, with this person, with this organization, with this cause, whatever it is. You feel inspired, and these waves of inspiration keep moving away, and you are moving towards your own personal success, and the abundance comes. But this feels like a cycle. But like I said, the unexpected is you're going to make these moves potentially in silence, and this is unexpected for other people. You know exactly what you're doing, in the sense that you might be, I literally got the kickback. No, I don't. As I said that, you might not feel that way, but spirit, your higher self, your God's guides, guardians, angels, ancestors, whoever you connect to and believe in, they know that this is part of the plan. And this change, this departure begins this cycle of awareness of, I can leave things behind, or I can choose not to be around particular things if I know they're not good for me. I don't have to stay around this. If I don't want it, I can leave. Like, that doesn't even have to be a part of my life. Because all of this is an energy of working towards yourself, towards new passions, having new adventures and new experiences, exploring new opportunities, realizing that actually you're really, really good at certain things. You reach a level of mastery and success that leads you to your greatest successes. You realize this is something within you that can carry you throughout different situations in your life. All of this is incredible. This is self-aware. This is growth. This is progress. Good opportunities. So much passion. This was the problem. Pile 3. That right there was the problem. The thorn in your paw. And it's like you're going to leave that behind you. And yeah, for some of you, seriously, there is somebody in a place of power, or it doesn't have to be power, but like somebody that has reach is what's coming through. Somebody that has open hands of opportunity for you. Somebody that can open doors. Or somebody maybe that can open doors within you. Maybe just the way you're approaching this is, it's like they're unlocking something for you. Whether this is within your own heart or your opportunities. But it feels really, really good. They're watching you. You don't see them necessarily. Sorry, pile number 3. I was just interrupted briefly. Okay. This King of Cups feels like a really important external energy, because I feel like there's somebody, it could be an organization, but it feels like somebody that's watching you, but not in a creepy way, in a really positive and beneficial way, and they want to help you. They are impressed. They want to either be a part of your journey. Maybe this could be a romantic person, but it feels more like somebody that's, they want to nurture you and the work that you're already doing, if that makes sense. It's like they want to support you and encourage you along your way. So I'm going to get you some oracle cards from the Angels and Ancestors deck. Okay, we've got Elder, move beyond ancestral patterns, and Father Sky, trusting in the unknown. Interesting, because, you know, Elder and Father, we've got this male energy, and that was a theme that was coming through in pile 2, but in a very different way. Yeah, you are really up-leveling and moving away from something. We've got move beyond ancestral patterns. So whatever this devil energy is, you are moving beyond it. You are breaking a cycle. You are choosing to leave this behind you. And, you know, I can feel like there is an ancestral sort of, yeah, go on. Like, you can do this. Energy supporting you, loving you, guiding you from a distance. And then Father Sky, trust in the unknown. Absolutely what I was feeling with this energy, this full energy here. You might not know the exact outcome of your actions right now. You only know that this is, you know that you've got to do this. Whatever this is, you just know that whatever this is, you've got to do this. This is where you're being called. You've got to make this change now. Okay, we've got adjustments are required and a personal issue reaches resolution. Yeah, you realize it feels like one of the unexpected for you is not this situation existing. It's you deciding to do something about this situation. And that's unexpected for all of the people around you, because they're going to be like, what just happened? Number one, but also because of the change, like the ripple effect of change it creates in your life. You know, this is you really finding your power now. Pile number 3, in a whole new way, to build a brand new way of living for yourself, free of this toxicity whatever it was, negativity, whatever was dragging you down, keeping you down, or making you feel sad, for want of a better word. There is a lot of good coming, and somebody really watching over you, that's for sure, in a good way. And this is a beautiful journey. It is a beautiful journey, pile number 3. I'm going to leave this here for you. If you enjoyed this reading, feel free to like. It does help me out, but also just thank you for being here if you made it all the way to the end. I do offer personal readings. All of my information is in the box below. But thanks for your time. Thank you for sharing it with me and just sending you all my love. I hope this goes well for you. Lots of love. Bye-bye.